The basketball world is ablaze with excitement as Caitlin Clark has just been crowned the #1 player in history. In a sport filled with legends, Clark's rise to the top is nothing short of extraordinary. Her electrifying performances, combined with an unparalleled ability to dominate the game, have redefined what it means to be the best. This moment marks a turning point in basketball history, as Clark's achievement forces us to rethink the standards of greatness. As she steps into the spotlight, the impact of her legacy is already beginning to ripple through the sport, inspiring a new generation and sparking intense debate about what it truly means to be the greatest of all time.
The Indiana Fever will select Caitlin as a #1 pick in the WNBA draft. And get this, guys. Okay, she was in the second grade, and she said her teacher handed out these sheets with little bubbles, and they were told to put in their goals and their dreams. Caitlin Clark wrote in the second grade, dreaming of playing one day in the WNBA, and her mama still has that sheet.
Caitlin Clark's recent crowning as the #1 player in history has sent shockwaves through the world of basketball. It's a title that carries immense weight, one that has sparked celebration, debate, and reflection on the evolution of the sport. To understand the magnitude of this moment, it's essential to delve into Clark's journey, her impact on the game, and what this accolade means in the context of basketball's rich history. Caitlin Clark's rise to the top has been nothing short of meteoric. From her early days as a high school phenom to her dominance at the collegiate level, Clark has consistently shattered expectations.
When they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Ever?
Well,
I don't know about you. You ever heard of Cheryl Miller,
ever.
Maya Moore?
I said what I said. Ever.
Diana Taurasi?
I said what I said.
No disrespect.
Listen,
Caitlin Clark is amazing.
This is my opinion.
Candace
I'm not
Parker?
changing.
Nobody's ever shot it like her. No, she's like
I
Steph
said what I
Curry.
said.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen, I ain't disrespecting nobody. It's just my opinion, and I ain't going to change it. How about that?
Her playing style is a unique blend of precision, athleticism, and a deep understanding of the game. Whether it's her three-point shooting, her ability to orchestrate the offense, or her knack for delivering in clutch moments, Clark has proven time and again that she's a once-in-a-generation talent. But what truly sets Clark apart is not just her skill set, but the way she approaches the game. There's a certain poise and confidence in her play that has captivated fans and critics alike. She plays with a sense of purpose, as if she's always 2 steps ahead, anticipating the next move before anyone else on the court even realizes what's happening. This basketball IQ, combined with her physical gifts, makes her a nightmare for opponents and a dream for coaches. Clark's journey to becoming the #1 player in history has been marked by numerous milestones. At every stage of her career, she's faced challenges and surpassed them with flying colors. In high school, she was already being compared to some of the greats, and by the time she reached college, it was clear that she was destined for something special. Her ability to elevate her game when it matters most has been a hallmark of her career. Whether it's hitting a game-winning shot or leading her team through a tough stretch, Clark has consistently delivered in the most crucial moments.
Well, I think there's pros and cons to both sides, and that's what made the decision so difficult. It was almost a win-win, but at the same time a lose-lose because I was giving up something, and I'm just kind of ready for the next chapter and a new challenge in my life. But I think the reason I decided to announce it when I did was just to have that closure, especially going into senior night.
The statistics alone paint a picture of a player who is unparalleled in her generation. She's broken records, set new standards, and consistently been at the top of the leaderboard in almost every significant category. But statistics only tell part of the story. What makes Clark's achievement even more remarkable is the context in which it has occurred. She's not just playing the game, she's redefining it. In a sport that has been dominated by legends like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, and Maya Moore, Clark's ascent to the top is a testament to her extraordinary talent and hard work. But it's also a reflection of how the game itself has evolved. The women's game today is faster, more physical, and more competitive than ever before. The players are more skilled, the teams are deeper, and the level of play has reached new heights. In this environment, for Clark to be recognized as the greatest is a statement not just about her abilities, but about the future of the sport. Her impact extends beyond the court. Clark has become a cultural icon, inspiring a new generation of players who see her as a role model. She's shown that it's possible to be both an elite athlete and a leader, both on and off the court. Her presence has brought more attention to women's basketball, drawing in fans who might not have otherwise been interested in the sport. In many ways, Clark is not just the face of the game today. She's shaping its future. But with such an accolade comes the inevitable comparisons. Is Caitlin Clark truly the greatest player in history? It's a question that has sparked intense debate among fans, analysts, and former players. Some argue that her dominance in today's game is unmatched, that she's taken the sport to places it's never been before. Others point to the legends of the past, players who paved the way for Clark and whose contributions to the game are still felt today. The comparison game is tricky. Each era of basketball has had its own challenges, its own style of play, and its own standout players. The legends of the past played in a different context, facing different kinds of competition and under different rules. Players like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, and Tamika Catchings were pioneers, breaking barriers and setting new standards at a time when women's basketball was still fighting for recognition. Their contributions laid the foundation for the game as it is today, and without them, it's hard to imagine someone like Clark reaching the heights she has.
She's incredible. I mean, especially to the exact shot that she broke it. I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up, right? Just pulling up from basically half court. But I love it. It's so good for the game. It's really cool to see somebody just not be afraid of the moment, and just excited for her. And who knows? You know, everyone's trying to figure out she's coming out or she's staying put. But you know, if I'm Iowa, I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at her for sure.
Yet, what makes Clark's achievement so significant is that she's not just following in the footsteps of these legends. She's blazing her own trail. She's taking the game to places even they couldn't have imagined, pushing the boundaries of what's possible and setting new standards for future generations. In this sense, her crowning as the #1 player in history isn't just about her individual talent, it's about the culmination of everything that has come before her and the new path she's creating for those who will come after. It's also important to consider the broader impact of Clark's recognition. In a world where women's sports still struggle for the same level of attention and respect as men's sports, Clark's achievement is a powerful statement. It's a reminder that women's basketball is just as exciting, just as competitive, and just as worthy of recognition as its male counterpart. Clark's crowning is a victory not just for her, but for the entire sport, a sign that the game is finally getting the respect and attention it deserves. However, with this recognition also comes pressure. Being named the #1 player in history is an incredible honor, but it also sets the bar incredibly high. Clark now carries the weight of expectation, with every move she makes scrutinized and every performance judged against the lofty standards that have been set for her. It's a burden that few athletes have had to bear, and how Clark handles it will be a key part of her legacy. So far, all signs suggest that Clark is more than up to the challenge. She's shown time and again that she thrives under pressure, that she embraces the big moments rather than shying away from them. But as her career continues to unfold, it will be fascinating to see how she navigates this new chapter.
If you were an opposing coach game planning to stop Caitlin Clark, what would you do?
Pray.
Kobe Bryant with a ponytail. Seriously, like a apex predator, great basketball player who wants to steal your soul.
Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in women's basketball today, known for her incredible talent on the court and record-breaking performances. Yet, despite her success, Clark's lifestyle is surprisingly modest, leaving fans wondering why someone of her status chooses to live so humbly. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into Caitlin Clark's life off the court, exploring her humble roots, the values instilled in her by her family, and the reasons behind her seemingly simple approach to living. Could her dedication to the game and focus on personal growth explain why Caitlin Clark lives like she's poor? Let's find out.
Caitlin Clark lives simply, focusing on basketball and avoiding the luxuries many athletes indulge in. She sticks to a routine of early workouts, practices, and school, keeping her personal life low-key. Instead of flaunting wealth, she wears practical clothes, spends time with family, and avoids lavish purchases. Her humble lifestyle reflects her commitment to hard work and personal growth, making it seem like she lives poor by choice, prioritizing her passion for the game over material things.
Caitlin Clark's current lifestyle is deeply shaped by her rise to stardom as a basketball player, yet she remains incredibly grounded and focused on what matters most to her: basketball, family, and maintaining a balanced life. Despite the fame and success she's achieved, Caitlin's life is characterized by simplicity, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to hard work. Caitlin grew up in West Des Moines, Iowa, and her small-town roots still influence how she approaches life. Though she now occupies a space in the national spotlight, she doesn't live a flashy or extravagant life. For Caitlin, the focus is always on improving her skills, supporting her teammates, and maintaining the work ethic that's gotten her this far. Her daily routine revolves around her intense commitment to basketball. Each day begins with early morning workouts, often starting with strength and conditioning exercises to build and maintain her physical fitness. Whether it's working with weights, doing cardio, or specific agility training, Caitlin's mornings are dedicated to preparing her body for the rigorous demands of college basketball. This foundation of strength and endurance is crucial to her ability to perform at the highest level on the court. After her physical training, Caitlin devotes time to skill-specific basketball drills. This can include shooting drills, ball handling exercises, and defensive footwork, all aimed at refining her game. Even as one of the top players in the country, Caitlin is constantly seeking ways to improve. She takes her role as both a leader and a student of the game seriously, knowing that staying at the top requires continuous effort. Film study is another significant part of her routine. Caitlin spends hours watching footage of her own games and those of her opponents. This analysis allows her to understand her strengths and weaknesses while also helping her prepare for upcoming matchups. She studies the defensive tendencies of her opponents, anticipates how they'll try to guard her, and looks for opportunities to exploit their weaknesses. It's this attention to detail that separates Caitlin from many other players. She's not just physically gifted, but she also has a high basketball IQ. Despite the demands of her training and game preparation, Caitlin still balances her responsibilities as a student athlete. While basketball is her primary focus, she also keeps up with her academic work, attending classes and completing assignments. Her ability to manage both basketball and school speaks to her discipline and time management skills. Caitlin is known for being serious about her studies, which reflects her well-rounded approach to life. She's not just focused on excelling in one area, but in everything she does. When she's not on the court or in the classroom, Caitlin's downtime is surprisingly modest. She's not one to chase after a glamorous social life or indulge in high-end luxury. Instead, she enjoys spending time with family and close friends. Family has always been a central part of Caitlin's life, and despite her busy schedule, she makes sure to stay connected with them. Her family's support has been key to her success, and she continues to value the strong bonds she shares with them. In her personal life, Caitlin tends to avoid the trappings of fame. While some athletes might be tempted to flaunt their success with luxury purchases or lavish lifestyles, Caitlin is known for keeping things simple. She doesn't indulge in expensive designer clothes or flashy cars. Instead, her focus remains on the essentials. Her style is laid back and practical. Whether in athletic wear or casual clothes, Caitlin prefers comfort over making a fashion statement. Social media is another area where Caitlin's modest approach is evident. Though she has a growing following, she doesn't use her platform to showcase a life of luxury or extravagance. Her posts are typically centered around basketball, highlighting team moments, personal milestones, and her connection to her fans. She uses social media to share her journey, but she's careful not to let it take over her life or distract her from her goals. Caitlin's relationship with fame is uniquely grounded. While many athletes might be drawn to the spotlight, Caitlin seems more focused on staying true to herself. She's aware of the attention she receives, but doesn't let it define her. Instead of getting caught up in the external noise, she remains focused on her internal goals, getting better every day, and leading her team to success. One of the more striking things about Caitlin is how she remains unaffected by the pressure that comes with being a star athlete. While many people in her position might feel the weight of expectations, Caitlin seems to thrive in high-pressure situations. Her confidence and composure on the court come from the countless hours she puts into her preparation, both mentally and physically. Her ability to perform at her best in key moments is a reflection of her resilience and focus. Nutrition is another important aspect of Caitlin's life. To perform at her peak, she needs to maintain a balanced diet that fuels her body for the intense physical demands of basketball. While she doesn't follow any extreme diets, she focuses on eating clean, whole foods, lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. Hydration is key, especially given her training load, so Caitlin makes sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day to stay energized and prevent fatigue. Caitlin also understands the importance of rest and recovery. After long days of practice and study, she makes sure to get enough sleep to allow her body to recover. She's likely to follow a strict sleep schedule, knowing that proper rest is essential for both physical recovery and mental sharpness. Her commitment to sleep and recovery is part of what enables her to maintain such a high level of performance throughout the season. In the off-season, Caitlin's lifestyle doesn't change drastically. While she may have more free time, she's still focused on improving her game and staying in shape. Off-season training often includes more specialized workouts to target specific areas of improvement, as well as time spent working on her conditioning and strength. Caitlin may take time to relax and recharge, but she never fully steps away from the game. Her passion for basketball drives her to keep pushing, even when the season is over. Despite her disciplined and focused lifestyle, Caitlin makes time for things outside of basketball. Whether it's spending time with friends, attending social events, or relaxing at home, she enjoys the same activities that many young adults do. However, these moments are always balanced with her commitment to her sport. Caitlin knows that her time is valuable, and she uses it wisely to ensure she's always moving toward her goals. Caitlin Clark's lifestyle reflects her deep love for basketball, her unwavering work ethic, and her grounded personality. Despite being one of the most well-known athletes in college basketball, she lives in a way that prioritizes what truly matters to her passion for the game, her family, and her personal growth. Caitlin's life may be busy and demanding, but she remains focused, humble, and committed to being the best version of herself both on and off the court. Caitlin Clark's life is a testament to hard work, humility, and an unwavering commitment to her craft. Despite her fame, she remains grounded, focused on her game, and driven by her passion for basketball. Living simply and with purpose, she continues to push herself to new heights, staying true to her values and determined to succeed on her own terms.
This is not a drill. Lynn Dunn has been fired. I repeat, Lynn Dunn has been fired.
Shocking news broke from the basketball world. Indiana Fever head coach Christy Sides has been fired by none other than their general manager, the legendary Lynn Dunn. The decision has already sent shockwaves through the WNBA, and it seems Caitlin Clark isn't too happy about it. In this exclusive breakdown, we'll dive into what led to this sudden move, why Dunn made the tough call, and how Clark's reaction ties into the bigger picture of this stunning event. Stay tuned to find out the inside scoop and what this means for the future of the Indiana Fever.
This franchise, the Simons made an enormous commitment 25 years ago to be a championship caliber program. We have all the resources, we have the facilities, we have the people, we now have the talent. We need to continue to bring in top free agents. We have a big three. We have a point, a wing, and a post. You got to have that to challenge for a championship. So we're right on track to do the things that we want to do.
Christy Sides, the head coach of the Indiana Fever, finds herself under increasing scrutiny as the team's performance continues to falter.
You get one of those top 3 to 4 players, certainly it can change your franchise, and it's somebody that you want to continue to build around. It's exciting. It's exciting for our fans and our team.
The Fever entered the season with high hopes, particularly with the addition of star rookie Caitlin Clark.
Current GM Lynn Dunn is moving into a new position with the team. Dunn, who was once the team's head coach, will now serve as a senior advisor to the Fever. She returned to the Fever before the 2022 WNBA draft and helped build the roster this past season, helping the Fever return to the playoffs for the first time in 8 years.
But inconsistent play and a lack of cohesion on the court have plagued the team.
Although it didn't end the way we wanted it to end, there was a lot of optimism. There was a lot of enthusiasm around, this is a new beginning, it's a new start. And, I think it's great for our franchise, it's great for our fans, and we're excited to see, who can join us and help us as we continue to move forward and continue to be a great standard in the WNBA.
This has led fans, analysts, and even some players to question Sides' strategies and coaching methods.
You don't know how to use Caitlin Clark's strengths. You don't know how to play to her weaknesses. You don't know how to draw up a simple out-of-bounds play. You don't know how to calm down muddy waters. You don't know how to call a timeout and relax everybody's emotions. You don't know how to talk to the referees. All you know how to do is wave your arms and defensive slide on the sidelines. And Christy Sides, I'm tired of seeing it every single game.
Despite her efforts to implement a system that highlights the skills of young talent, including Clark, the results have not materialized. The Fever's offensive struggles, coupled with defensive lapses, have become a recurring theme.
Alyssa Smith has publicly said farewell to the Indiana Fever and is basically forcing her way off of the team.
Background in terms of growing up in the organization and understanding everything, the nuances around it, and certainly gives us great perspective. Such great insight as a player, first of all, and I think that's so valuable to an organization like ours.
Fans have expressed their frustrations, often taking to social media to voice their concerns about the coaching staff's effectiveness. As the losses mount, The pressure on sides has intensified.
Lynn Dunn has been demoted from general manager to senior advisor. I don't know what the hell a senior advisor is.
Discussions around her job security have started to circulate within the organization, with many believing that if there isn't a significant turnaround soon, a change could be imminent.
Yeah, that's right. Amber Cox will be the team's new chief operating officer and general manager. She's been in the business for more than 20 years. She's worked for the Dallas Wings, the Connecticut Sun, and the Phoenix Mercury. She even had a hand in drafting Brittany Griner in 2013. She'll officially join the Fever's roster October 28th.
General manager Lynn Dunn faces a critical decision: whether to continue supporting sides or to make a move that could potentially reinvigorate the team.
This is a big, big move. It shows they're going in a completely different direction. They're making changes. They want to win. She's about business. She's about that business. You want to know what that business is? That business is the business of winning. The business of winning.
Replacing sides would not only impact her future, but also affect the development of Caitlin Clark and other young players.
You know, her play, just the way she plays the game, I think that's going to be sustainable. There's clearly, there's something about the way she plays the game, her passing, her shooting, that people really identify with.
A coaching change could disrupt the chemistry the team is trying to build. But if sides remains at the helm without improvement,
you know, we're going to work at making sure that we capture all the opportunities to make sure these fans are important to us, that we want to sustain the growth and the interest level in the franchise. I mean, this is about the Indiana Fever.
It could hinder Clark's growth and the franchise's rebuilding efforts. Caitlin Clark's role is pivotal, and how she adapts to the situation will be crucial in the coming games.
I knew she was highly competitive, but I don't think I realized how highly competitive she is until we did some of those games, team building games during the Olympic break, and so she wants to win everything.
If sides is replaced, the new coach will need to quickly establish a system that leverages Clark's strengths to maximize her potential.
You know, we're going to work at it. We understand. I've been through this, you know, not to this level, but we've had points where, incremental points where we've had, you know, the tide lift a little bit and then go back down.
The challenge lies in finding the right fit who can connect with the players and instill confidence in a team desperately seeking success.
Yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and, you know, we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country, and, you know, a brand, an enduring brand, you know, like Apple or something. I mean, we have a real opportunity here.
In summary, the next few weeks are critical for Christy Sides and the Indiana Fever.
I think that's a goal for the future is, you know, it's always about your players. I was raised by Donnie Walsh, and, you know, it's not about me, it's about our players. And I want to put them out front. These are dynamic women.
The combination of rising scrutiny and a lackluster performance sets the stage for potential changes that could reshape the franchise's future.
There's nothing, Shannon. You just want to support that white girl. She busting y'all ass. If you like Caitlin Clark, you gotta hate Angel. And if you love Angel, you can't say anything good about Caitlin Clark. Y'all can't tell me what the F to say. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah.
You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300. Wow. Okay. 15,300.
That could do what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA or for any league.
They're tremendous people, and they're just tremendous basketball players. So we're going to look for, you know, ways to continue to grow that.
They should be getting the attention. Now they have center stage, but the ratings are going to go down. How far, though? That's the key.
The focus will be on whether sides can turn things around, or if the Fever will take the necessary steps to move in a new direction.
Reality is knocking on the door of the porta potty. The truth is finally coming to the light. The same light that is going to be dimming here in about 12 hours when Caitlin Clark is eliminated from the playoffs.
We see that. We see the capability on the basketball court. She can shoot, she can handle, she certainly can pass, okay? I look at it from that standpoint and I say mad respect. Are there other players in the WNBA?
Caitlin Clark's rookie season has been full of highs and lows. While her talent is undeniable, the Fever's system has not always been conducive to showcasing her skills.
From merchandising sales to new sponsorships to television ratings absolutely going through the roof to attendance to sellouts at basketball games to all-star games with record attendance both in person and on television, it is safe to say, North America, that the Caitlin Clark effect has taken over the WNBA at this point.
If Christy Sides remains as coach, Clark will need to adjust to her style and find ways to thrive within the team's current setup. However, if Sides is fired, Clark could find herself in a situation where a new coach brings in a system better suited to her game, which could unlock her full potential.
It feels like that's always kind of how your season ends. You feel like you're playing your best basketball and then it has to come to an end.
How do you feel about the next chapter?
I think it's something I'm ready for, and that's why I decided to make this move, but also this is the place like all I've known all my life, and that was the main reason of coming to the University of Iowa. Is I wanted to play for my home state. I wanted to do something that really had never been done before.
She's clearly an unbelievable player, came in with an unbelievable following, has brought a lot of new fans to the league. If you look at our historic season around our attendance, our viewership, Caitlin, Angel Reese, Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink. This class of rookies, we will be talking about them a generation from now.